Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, September 10th, 2021. Taking a look at fire potential impacts over the next few days, we will see thunderstorms continuing this morning across northwestern Nevada, and then those will increase towards the east this afternoon. Storms this afternoon will trend wetter further to the north, and we're also going to see some gusty winds this afternoon with the cold front passage. So quite a bit going on, as you can see. As we move into Saturday, those storms shift further to the east. We'll see smoke return to the northern part of the Great Basin, as well as some gustier winds further south, and then moving into Sunday, hanging on to that smoke. Not much in the way of showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, and some gusty winds across the south. So really, the most active day will be today with those widespread showers and thunderstorms. The wind is concerning across central Nevada because we saw quite a bit of lightning there yesterday, and we'll go into that in a bit more detail. For this afternoon, as far as smoke, the winds ahead of that cold front are expected to improve things quite a bit. Things are looking pretty good across the area this afternoon. Moving into Saturday, we will already start to see conditions decrease across northern Nevada, southwestern Idaho, as the winds shift behind that cold front. And then looking at the upper level smoke forecast, again, you can see pretty good conditions across much of the Great Basin today, but that will begin to change for portions of Idaho and northern Nevada on Saturday as smoke begins to return to those areas. Over the past 24 hours, we had quite a bit of lightning across the Great Basin. You can see that from the map on the right. Not all that much precipitation connected to those thunderstorms. So quite concerning that we had, I'd say, pretty widespread dry lightning yesterday across the Great Basin, and we'll be getting more of that today. Not much in the way of fire activity this morning on the map. It'll be interesting to watch this over the next few days and see how the lightning impacts things. Looking at short-term drought, this is a nice way to get an idea of how recent precipitation and temperature trends have impacted fuels across the area. The driest part of the Great Basin continues to be western Nevada and portions of southern Nevada. We've seen a bit of an improvement across the central Idaho mountains over the past 3 weeks. ERCs reflect this quite well. You can see the highest ERCs in the Great Basin are across portions of Nevada, but a large part of the northern, I'd say 2/3 of the Great Basin, is above that 90th percentile. Continuing to look at ERC trends, GB3, which is in southwestern Idaho, is currently at record high ERCs. GB16 in southern Nevada was below normal for quite some time, but with the recent drier, warmer weather inching up closer to record territory. This is looking at our Sagebrush live fuel moisture. Not too unsurprisingly, the stations across Utah and areas further east into the Great Basin are above average, where conditions have been wetter. However, the stations in Nevada and Idaho are below average. This is the satellite from this morning. Quite an interesting day on tap for the Great Basin. There is an upper low moving into the Great Basin, and that will bring very widespread showers and thunderstorms to the area today, as well as gusty winds. Taking a look at the upper level weather pattern for today, you can see the upper low making its way into the Great Basin. We do have quite a bit going on our significant fire potential map on the right. You can see the areas highlighted for a high risk for lightning in the red, as well as the high risk for wind. Particularly concerning is the Sierra Front, because we've seen quite a bit of lightning there overnight and into this morning, and conditions will dry out and become windy this afternoon. Looking at the relative humidity forecast, that is the image on the left, you can see much of the Great Basin will be above 15%. However, we are looking at some pretty gusty winds across portions that have seen a bit of lightning. Those winds will be in that 25 to 35 mile an hour range this afternoon across portions of Nevada. For this afternoon, we are also expecting really widespread thunderstorms. The image on the left is showing the areas expected to see those thunderstorms this afternoon. The image on the right is showing that 24-hour precipitation forecast. And so you can see some of the areas expected to see lightning won't see too much in the way of wetting rain. And even the storms that will receive wetting rain, it'll be generally in the around 0.2 of an inch of rain. So we move into Saturday. We generally have westerly flow across the area. Many of our PSAs have gone into the green with the higher relative humidities that are expected on Saturday. You can see the surface forecast for tomorrow. Much of the northern part of the Great Basin will be above 30% for relative minimum afternoon relative humidities. Still looking at gusty winds across the southern part of the Great Basin on Saturday. Lingering moisture will lead to afternoon showers and thunderstorms across portions of central and eastern Utah. Storms will be wetter further east. As we move into Sunday, still keeping that westerly flow in place across the Great Basin, which means that while temperatures will be warming and we will see a drying trend, they won't warm too rapidly. This is showing our relative humidity and wind gust forecast for Saturday. You can see drier conditions on Saturday with the lowest relative humidities across portions of Nevada. Expecting another day of enhanced winds across portions of southern Nevada and southern Idaho. Over the next 3 days, much of the northern portion of the Great Basin will see precipitation. However, accumulations aren't expected to be too impressive, generally less than 1/2 of an inch. Looking at Monday, continuing to see a drying trend, especially across the western part of the Great Basin. An upper low moving to the northern part of the Great Basin could lead to some enhanced winds Monday afternoon. And then as we move into Tuesday, we start to see high pressure building across from the southwestern part of the area. That will lead to a more aggressive warming and drying trend across the area. And as we move into Wednesday, an upper low moving to the northern part of the Great Basin will enhance winds across the northern part of the area, which is concerning it will be after an extended period of drier conditions. Then moving into Thursday, again, remaining quite dry across the western part of the Great Basin. The 7-day period, not too much precipitation is expected in addition to what we will see over the next few days. And finally, in the 8 to 14-day period, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for cooler and wetter conditions than normal across the northern part of the Great Basin, with hotter and drier than normal conditions further south. So that's it for the briefing. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.